There is a near fantastical element to the numbers 1, 4, 3, 2, 5, 2, 3, 3, 5, 4, 1, 4, 5, and I. In various languages, they are all the number of letters or characters per word required to convey the semantic meaning of the phrase, I love you. 1, 4, 3. It's the sort of thing that only a heart so fully immersed in the warm waters of love could possibly come up with. That which is whispered like a revelation into the ear of your lover, snatched like so many from the moonlight dancing across their face. The kind of thought that might arrive only on the tail end of multiple blissful nights spent in the arms of one who shares your desperation to climb inside and nest within. Long since dispensed with the pleasantries, lovers move to the surreal, start doing language math, silly syllable accounting, engineers love. But in fact, that's not how I first encountered this unexpected bridge from English to math class. In truth, it comes not from eros or pragma, those divisions of Greek love most concerned with the adoration of their flesh, or the healthy desire to meet their needs, but rather from that most forgotten and discarded of loves. Agape is the love of everyone and everything. It is perhaps the most radical, certainly the least understood, and indelibly the most uniquely human form of love that we've been granted by biology's heaven. And for that soul patiently waiting in the ether for me to properly credit them ever since I said the numbers 1, 4, 3, it was unquestionably his life's work. To those unfamiliar, either by age or by geography, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood was a public television show for kids in the United States, created, starring, written, and composed by an incredibly unique man named Fred Rogers. It ran from 1968 to 2001. That's well over 30 years. And in that time, the show rarely, if ever, changed its format. It started and ended the same way, with the same 2 songs. It transported kids from Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood to the neighborhood of make-believe at roughly the same time each episode. It prominently featured several opportunities for the historically disenfranchised and downtrodden in American society, including minorities and those with access and functional needs, to be represented in positions of equality or even of authority, both child and adult. It was not pushy, nor flashy, nor self-indulgent. It was just Mr. Rogers, an emotionally intelligent, kind, and calming escape to the world as it could be, and not as it so often is. But there is, of course, a big difference between teaching children emotional intelligence, self-control, and self-respect, and getting adults to use it. It's very easy to be aggressive. It's very easy to be apathetic. It's comparatively simple to analytically dissect the feeling so that you only have to process that which you want to. Separate the light meat from the dark. In my more pessimistic or worse, apathetic moods while writing this train of thought through the last few days, I found myself thinking that wholesome, sweet, pure Mr. Rogers was simply the worst form of naive. Children are born pure and innocent. To teach them what to do with the mad that they feel is virtuous, yes, but would seem a pittance next to the glorification of greed and sanctimonious sniping, so universally present you'd struggle to believe it wasn't in the water supply. I can't blame myself or anyone else from looking at the show and thinking that we didn't go to the neighborhood of make-believe. We were already in it. In our world, when you shake someone's hand tenderly and gently, they flock to cackle in small groups about your dead fish, pick at the carcass of your childlike meaning. Let alone the tainting of our very home by vandals not long past, those who spit on, choked, and cut into God herself incarnate, Mother Earth made imperfect in human's image. Flanders fields are filled with poppies, yes, but only intermittently. We do our best killing where the grass grows greenest and the moonlit midnight makes metaphor of mangled meat. At least the air is still here. Of course he wasn't naive. And it's not about being naive. It's about the fact that we are all alive in the same world. That we have vastly different perspectives, vastly different experiences that require us to constantly attempt to understand and to empathize. It's about the unadulterated fact that there is ground truth to what we all need. Now, I'm still trying to figure out what all that is. But I think most of us would agree on the number one most basic thing we all need: to feel loved. Now, you're not entitled to feel all kinds of love. Eros is first and foremost a consensual love. It is either reciprocated clearly and verbally, or it does not exist. Pragma takes time, effort, and clear communication to not just form, but to constantly maintain. But agape, from the moment you're born, you are entitled to feel it as a member of humanity. It is not only your responsibility, it is your birthright. Loving everyone as an equal to yourself. Loving nature for its bounty and its very synergy with your organic being. And it is a tragedy of the highest order, and a critical failure of our very system of society when you inevitably feel unloved in an unjust world. No, you are worthy of love just by existing. The very fact that blood pumps through your veins, that breath flows through your lungs, and that your heart and mine beat as one is enough to make us love each other through this life and onwards into the ether. And that's what Mr. Rogers was really trying to teach us. you are worthy of love. And when we are all worthy of love, we are all worthy of a better life and of a better world. You and I were humans, whether you're watching this now or 1,000 years from now. And if for no other reason than that, then my wondrous, miraculous, talented, intelligent, handsome, beautiful fellow human being, I will always, always love you.